YY, and today you are here with me, Marceline, number 21, and today will be this last term of my revision videos. I really enjoy all your class, and I hope you enjoy this video too. Okay, so let's begin with our first questions. What did I learn from our two last unit, and give some examples. So for unit 9, about strange stories. I really like the topic, and I learned about how to use when, before, and after correctly. Here, let me give you some examples. Before my graduation, I went to a camping trip. After losing the final soccer games, John disappeared, and I cried a lot when I first time of losing my milk teeth. And next, I learned how to organize comparison paragraph correctly from block by block and from point by point. And here unit 10 about references, I learned how to use them and separate them differently, and I found myself that I'm good at more block by block type of paragraph more than point by point type. I'm really not good at switching the paragraph each time. I prefer start with one and end with another. And so let's move on to another questions. Which topic am I really good at, and why? I think you already know the answers, and of course it will be unit 9, because oh hey, the topics already say strange stories, and I always been a storytelling kid, and of course it's always really my type. I always love telling stories, and this topic meshed with me really well. I love it. I got a chance to tell some of my strange experiences, sometimes maybe scary, and I hope you enjoy my paragraph. And what's some of the most challenging moment, and what made them solve? And how did I help myself? My challenging moments were probably the unit 10. Why? Because it's about differences and about comparison paragraphs, which I first encountered in this first time after you teach us for last lesson, and it was really hard for me because I'm not really good at comparing two things that I didn't know very well. And from all the three topics that you gave us, none of them are my matching point, and it took me a while, for nearly two hours, for me to organize each topic, tell differences side by side, and finally come up with conclusions. How did I help myself? I teamed up with Jessie, my partner, to help me check my correct and mistakes. And I shared my problem with her, and she shared her paragraph with me. And so I hope it ended up well. I didn't see the score yet, but I really hope I get a better point. I really work hard and put a lot of effort on this one because it's really hard and challenging for me. And next, how will I use them, what I learn in the future? I always see these questions, how I will use them in the future. It appears on every challenge video questions you give us. And the questions is, well, before asking how I can use this, I first have to pray that I won't forget it first. But of course I won't, because it's stuff that you teach and I really enjoy it, and I believe that it will stuck in my head forever. But first I have to make sure that I remember them correctly and not mistakenly, because well, if I remember them wrong, and when someone asks me how it works, and if I explain to them wrongly, and they will remember wrongly too, and it will continue for forever from the wrong knowledge. And I will make sure that I know the right thing, I know it correctly, I know how to use it properly, and that is the time that I will make sure that I will share some of my knowledge with others, so that it won't be only me that I know, because when they know, they can tell others that don't know, and the other will tell the others that don't know too. And I won't be the only person who understand what I have studied and learned about. That's all for today. Thank you so much for this terms invite. Even though we didn't get a chance to meet face to face, which I really upset because even though learning online makes me feel like teaching is more easy and not so challenging, but it's also pretty sad to, being separated from our usual atmospheres that we used to sitting in class together one time, and the last thing we know we are stuck here in front of the computer and study separately. I really miss them, and I hope that this pandemic ends soon so that we can finally meet each other at M6. Sorry. Well, that's all for today, Teacher Y. I really enjoyed your class, and I hope you enjoyed me attending your class too. I'm sorry for my wrong behavior sometimes, and I'm sorry for sometimes I miss your class for some reasons, and I hope you understand. Thank you so much. Bye.